same page, like same feelings.
Something else, Yogya? What do you think? We are not on the same page.
Not okay. Not means my feelings are different than.
Yes. That means our opinions differ. We do not agree on the same particular topic, right? So what is this? We are not on the same page. Idiom, right? Idiomatic language, this will help you out to improve your scores in IELTS test, right? And like in general, when you would be having conversation with other people around, again, you can use the colorful language, right? Idioms are the expressions, like these are the sentences which for which you cannot get the meaning from exact words, right? This depends on the syntax. Some rules are there and order of the words, right? So in general, when you will practice, you will get the mastery in the language, right? So today we are going to do further exercise about the idioms. First, I will show you some picture. You try to recognize what we are going to talk about. Okay. How about this? Anything?
What we have to tell through this picture?
What are you getting from this?
Normally,
Okay.
car is going
Okay.
from right
Yes.
wrong, not wrong direction, but in a wrong lane. In a wrong lane.
Maybe opposite lane or something. Okay. If we want to talk about or when we want to tell somebody is angry, okay, what idiom could be used? Do you know any?
There.
Okay.
Hot-footed.
That is for a person, particular person who's angry. Yes. Drive somebody around the bend. Okay, that means making somebody angry. Can you frame a sentence? Please note it down for yourself. You can note down the idioms, then the meaning, and whatever sentence you wanna frame. None? Your sentence? Yes. Yes. This is the meaning. The idiom is here. Drive somebody around the bend. Try to use this in your sentence.
When I do my homework and if some person come and
Disturbs me.
me, then and simply they drive me around the bend.
Okay, right. Yogya?
Um, Let me think now.
Okay. How about you, Sameer?
Mm.
When I'm not do work in my choice, uh, then somebody around the bend.
Then I tend to get around the bend.
When I tend to get.
May I?
Yes, please.
Whenever my sister is doing her work, I usually drive her around the bend. So I usually drive her around the bend so that I feel so joyful. Like
Okay, so when you trouble her, you feel cherished. Okay. What about you, Nan?
Whenever I do some mischievous thing, so my sister drive somebody
Drive me around the.
around the bend.
Okay. So we are doing the example so that meanwhile you can note down the idiom and the meaning, right? Done? Shall I go to the next? Here the example is the endless paperwork is enough to drive anyone around the bend, right? When we are tend to do a lot of paperwork for anything, that makes us crazy, that makes us angry, right? How about this one? What can you see here?
Laziness, like out of mind. No, 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 no. Astonishing.
Two birds. Okay. Anything?
Looking,
Okay, when you want to produce two useful results by just doing one action, right? That means killing two birds with one stone. Yes, yes, that's right. That is the Hindi version, what Nand is telling. So here, when we say kill two birds with one stone, it means produce two useful results by just doing one action. Sentence, anyone?
Whenever I try to do my reading question paper, I always try to kill two birds with one stone.
How come? You try to get vocabulary from that?
Yes,
Okay, that is how. Fine. How about you, Rashmi?
In this fast-paced world, we always running out of time. So people try to kill two birds with one
Stone, correct. Samir?
My point of view, when I'm reading some books, it helps me to improve my English.
Mm-hmm.
So it's kill two birds with one stone. So also helps to clear my IELTS exam. It helps
It would help to clear your exam as well.
exam as well.
Okay, and you get some ideas.
Yes.
Right. So this one is clear. When we want to do two, like when we want to get two results by doing one action, what can we say? Kill two birds with one stone. Note it down. Here the example is, by cycling to work, I kill two birds with one stone. I save money and stay fit.
ma'am, is it compulsory to give the two answers at the end of the sentence?
Yes. Otherwise, how we would get to know that what two results you are getting? Isn't it?
Yes.
What is she doing? Yes, that's correct. That's correct. Yes. In an extremely short period of time. What idiom is there in the blink of an eye? Yes. When we do something in short period of or very short period of time. That means we do something in the blink of an eye. The thief disappeared in the blink of an eye before anyone could react. None? An example?
After doing a lot of practice, it is now possible to complete my writing in a blink of an eye.
Good job. Yes, please. Anything that you complete in a short period of time. Yogya?
After too much practice, uh,
After a lot of practice.
after a lot of practice, it is the blink of an eye to explore a century. Come- अरे century cricket करते बोलते हो Tiger factory मैं बिना practice करके
Yogya, yours?
Doing heavy makeup is the blink of an eye for me.
Doing heavy makeup is an art that I can do in the blink of an eye.
Is an art that I can
Do in the?
in the blink of an eye.
Yes. Sameer?
Mother cook
Cooks food. Mother cooks because mother is singular subject. So in the verb we will add S. Mother cooks food.
when my mother cooks food, the reaction of me,
The?
the reaction of
Mm-hmm.
when my mother cooks food, the food was very tasty and the reaction of my in the blink of eye.
No, you're getting it to the other direction. Blink of an eye, that means completing any action in a very short period of time. You want to say that your mother cooks food quickly? So you can say, my mother cooks food in the blink of an eye. Yes, that means बहुत जल्दी खाना बना लेती हैं. That way. Yes. Now correct. Note it down. Shall we move ahead? Okay.
Middle of the month? Something like, yeah, middle of the month.
Anything else?
Middle of the morning,
Uh,
Do they seem happy?
no, both are
Do you
like
think
the
they are
days.
agreeing on this? Like, are they on the same page?
No.
I don't think so. So, something which people argue and disagree over. What would we say? A bone of contention. So, here, what we can say, the division of household chores has always been a bone of contention between them. Them could be partners, could be parents, could be brother, sister, could be anyone, right? We need two people for that. Clear? This one is fine. A bone of contention, that means something which people argue and disagree over. They don't have same opinions about that particular thing. Clear? Who would try to frame a sentence? Yes, Rashmi?
Whenever when me and my brother,
Mm-hmm.
my brother and I,
Yes.
when my brother and I start to communicate, start to discuss,
Start any discussion
start
or
any
discuss
discussion
anything.
on particular subject, we always find ourselves in a bone of contention.
Discussion between me and my brother is always a bone of contention.
Between my brother and I is always a bone of contention.
Right? Anybody else? Again, bone.
no idea.
Huh? Okay. Is it fresh or is it dry?
मतलब used वाला है पुराना stale bone
Very dry.
dry भी
Okay, when we want to say very dry, we could say as dry as bone. After weeks of no rain, the ground was as dry as a bone. Frame the sentence, please. Nand, can you go first? Try.
if I don't as I am very habitual as I need to as I am tend to drink a lot of water. So whenever I forget my bottle,
I feel.
I feel as dry as a bone.
Okay. How about you, Yogya?
Um, a couple of weeks ago, I forgot to plant my money plant.
Mm-hmm.
I forgot to water my money plant,
Mm-hmm.
and it became after a few days
It was?
it was as dry as a bone.
Okay. Sameer?
I use my phone from last 5 years, and I
Through you. Yes. Hmm.
threw as dry as a bone. तो खराब हो गया दूसरा.
No, we are talking about something that gets dry. It's not about getting disrupted or spoiled, not like that. It shall be something dry. Your eyes can get dry, the soil can get dry. We can talk about the desert. Yes, Nand.
Whenever, whenever I forget some IELTS related stuff, I feel as like okay.
Right. So this one is also clear. As dry as bone. When we want to talk about crude and lacking sophistication, something rude, okay? Rough and ready. What terms can we use here? Rough and ready. The makeshift shelter was rough and ready but provided enough protection from the rain.
What is makeshift shelter?
Jugaad. Makeshift is jugaad.
Okay.
Right? So the makeshift shelter was rough and ready. So rough and ready means crude and lacking sophistication. It was not built with a lot of dedication.
Rough and ready. Rough way or ready?
Yes. Think of any shelter which is not prepared or not constructed with sophistication, not with a lot of dedication, not a lot of good material is included there, not a lot of skilled people tried to make it. Okay. Yes. It is not perfect when you see it. So it is rough and ready. Clear?
Hmm.
Go for it. Frame the sentence, please.
A building I saw recently was seems to build in rough and ready as as it was not finished as it was not finished perfectly.
Okay.
Water was leaking and all
Okay. It was not
perfectly built.
perfectly built. Okay. Yogya?
A couple of months ago, I have seen a
Months. A couple. When you said couple, that means you're talking about plural. So a couple of months.
a couple of months ago, I have seen a house whose ceiling is dropping, and
Whose ceiling was because
ceiling was dropping because it was very rough and ready. Because it was very rough and ready because it was built in a very short time.
okay, we don't need very there. It was rough and ready. That much is fine.
Okay. Rough
All
and
right.
Recently, our family member purchased new house. It was rough and ready because it was not it was not that as shown in picture.
Mm-hmm.
Shown in picture, the home was leakage and not in a proper uh, not
Condition.
make in a proper way.
Proper condition. Okay. Nand
Recently, I buy a bed.
bought.
Bought. Recently, I bought a bed. The condition of the bed was rough and ready.
All right.
so this was my long started for today.
What do you think? What his gesture is telling us? Cool. Yes. Not nervous. He's relaxed, right? So when we want to say somebody is relaxed or he's in control or he's not nervous, we can say cool, calm and collected. Example here is despite the challenging interview, she remained cool, calm and collected. Yes, that is about behavior. Okay. There might be sometimes when you were cool, calm, and collected. There might be times when you have seen somebody cool, calm, and collected. Just think of that scenario. Frame your sentence.
Um, whenever I whenever I watch whenever I watch any shows like uh, like sorry,
Yes, Nand.
whenever I watch a show, the host always looks cool, calm, and collected.
Correct. Nand.
Whenever I went go for a, whenever I went for an exam, I felt full calm and collected.
I felt.
I felt full calm,
Okay. Samir.
When I clear my exam,
Clear or cleared? What?
clear.
Cleared.
When I clear my exam, after that I feel cool, calm, and collected.
Okay. I felt cool, calm, and collected. Yes, Rashmi.
After a lot practice of yoga and meditation, somehow I cool and calm.
I feel.
I feel cool, calm, and collected.
Okay. All right. So this one is clear. When somebody is relaxed, we can say he's cool, calm, and collected. Right?
दोनों बहस कर रही हो
Seems like they're debating, right? But what the scissor is doing here?
in this end
Yes, not trying to end the person, huh? Yes, trying to end the argument or discussion. So, to tell the main points, but not to tell all the details. Yes. What can we say? To cut a long story short. If we don't want to listen to the complete details, we can say cut a long story short. The example here is to cut a long story short, we missed the train and had to drive instead. Why not? If you try.
Shall this idiom should be used only while there is influence of two people?
Not exactly people, but situation.
There must be two different situations.
Yes.
As I'm very as I all whenever I share a story or I tell a movie in short to someone
Or I narrate a story.
as a narrator बोल सकती हूँ ना
As I narrate a story,
as I narrate the story I always
try to.
I always get through every short details नहीं, उसको क्या बोलते हैं? So people suggest me to
Cut a long story short. Okay. Okay. Even that was a story.
yes
Okay.
that's me.
Who would go next?
I'm not wasting my time in watching movie.
Mm-hmm.
A movie, for instance, I watch a movie to cut a long story.
In the beginning, you're saying that you don't watch movies, you don't want to waste time. In the second scenario, you're saying I watch movies.
Short, short. तो बड़े मूवी तो छोटे में देखता हूँ.
Okay.
Main
Haan. So you have to include that information. No, short movie, short story.
short story.
Hmm.
Long short story.
Try again. Frame the sentence again, please. In order to save my time.
In order to save my time, I used to watch short movie
To
cut a long short.
to cut a long story
Short.
short.
We can say like this if I find pretty hard to I find pretty hard to cut a long story in short about a
I
topic.
find it pretty hard.
I find it pretty hard to cut a long story in short.
In short, kahan hai?
To cut
Why you
a
are adding that preposition?
long story short
Yes.
about any subject.
Yes. Yogyanand, come on. Take your turns.
Um, I always try to cut a long story short in my essay writing.
Okay. But that is essay. It should be elaborated. Yes, none. Okay. But the sentence was fine. I could not relate it to cricket, but I got you. Right. What's happening here?
He is showing his strength.
Hmm.
Talked about anything. Seems like what's confused. Can get something.
Seems something stupid. So when we want to ask somebody to stop acting stupid, we would say stop acting the fool or stop acting the goat. Sentence here could be stop acting the fool in class and pay attention to the teacher.
Think the code.
Yes. Stop acting the fool in class and pay attention to the teacher. Right? Okay. Go for your sentences, please. Yes, sir. Yes, please.
In my class, my friend was having tension, but he acting like a fool. He did not know anything.
He was acting the fool.
Acting a fool.
Not like. He was acting the fool. Okay. Yes, Rashmi, you got something funny? Okay.
Whenever I feel over the moon, मैं दो ही team एक साथ हो सकते हैं.
Let's see. What do you have?
That training, yeah, good news.
Mm-hmm.
I always start acting like acting the goat.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah. Okay.
Yogya. Which one? Huh?
Whenever
It's a stop.
what is that? Whenever my crush roaming around me, I start acting like a fool sometimes.
Not like.
Act, act like I act the fool. But
I acted a fool. Yes, what happened?
Here in the below, stop acting stupid.
Hmm.
And the where above mention is acting the fool. But both are just opposite. Acting the fool and here is stop acting like that.
Yes, so when somebody is behaving that way, when we want to, like when we wanna ask them to stop that way, behaving that way, then we can ask them stop acting the fool. Because here, what you can see in the example, stop acting in the fool in class and pay attention to the teacher. That means don't misbehave.
Stop that.
Yes, yes.
I have a friend who always acting the fool in serious situation.
Who always acts the fool in serious situations. All right. Note it down. Let's go ahead. What do you think about this?
She's very
Very easy.
tensed about something and pressure. Depressed sees all the feels are there.
Who takes thermometer when they're depressed?
She's feeling
Unwell? Nostalgic, come on. Why nostalgic?
she's sick.
Sick? Yes.
She's very anxious.
So when we want to say that somebody is not well, what can we say? Under the weather. Okay, we can say under the weather. I'm feeling a bit under the weather today, so I'll stay home and rest. So for next time, whenever you want to leave the class, what would you say? I'm feeling bit under the weather. Okay, come up with your examples, please.
When I go to
Mm-hmm.
when I go to give a IELTS exam, uh, at that time I am under
When I go to means that is an behavioral pattern. It happens regularly, but that does not happen regularly.
He's talking about the exam.
Look, we are talking about past or you are talking about future? When you will write exam or when you have written exam? Past. Okay.
Ma'am, does this
Just a minute. Just a minute. Let him complete.
when I was going
Hmm.
when I was going
To write.
to write IELTS exam,
Hmm.
at that time I feel under the weather.
That time I was under the weather.
I was under
Yes.
feeling
It means that only, not feeling well. So it's not required. Yes, I was under the weather. Yes, Yogya, your turn.
I was just asking, do we need to mention the body situation, like if we are feeling low, something like that, or
It's not like that.
stress alone? That's right.
No,
No.
that has to be physical. Unwell, sick, ill.
Um, usually in winter, usually in winter, I become under the weather. I comes under the weather.
During winters,
I
I get
I
under
get
the.
under the weather.
Okay. Yours, none?
Whenever I play a cricket as a captain, I feel underwhelmed.
Mm-hmm. Come again?
Whenever I play a cricket as
Oh, cricket.
whenever whenever I play the cricket,
Whenever I.
play cricket
Mm-hmm.
as a captain,
Mm-hmm.
I
But it should be
I get under the weather.
But it-
That means you do not feel well that time. Okay. Rashmi,
Is that
I get under the weather.
how it has connected?
It is possible because whenever he is given with captaincy, he feels pressure. He may start feeling feverish. That is possible. Rashmi, your turn.
Yesterday I forgot to bring my scarf with me.
Mm-hmm.
So I during the in return timing, no, in the return I after getting home, after reaching home, in return when I reached home, I fell under the weather.
I felt
Felt
under the weather. Okay. Right. So whenever you want to say you are not feeling well, you can say
I'm not very good weather.
under the weather.
Again, say
Again, sick, more sick, extremely ill.
extremely not in forms. Looking extremely.
Okay, when someone seems extremely ill. Okay, what can we say? Looking like death warmed up. Example here is after pulling an all-nighter, he came to work looking like death warmed up. That means throughout the night he was working. In the morning when he went for the job, he was looking like death warmed up. This is not about feeling. This is about the appearance. So have you ever seen anybody looking like death warmed up?
after study night
Sorry.
after study all night
Next morning, I was looking like, yes. Nand?
I am introvert person whenever I talk to a girl,
Girls.
talk to the talk to girl,
Okay.
talk to girl, I feel looking like that,
I feel. Now, it's not about feeling. I look like.
and that is
But what are we talking about? We are not talking about shyness. We are not talking about introvert nature. We are talking about looking ill, looking sick.
I drove 250 kilometer. I drove my moped 250 kilometer. Then my mom said I looked like that Honda.
Okay.
My sentence was incomplete, I guess.
No, I looked. That is fine.
I cannot say that.
Anybody else want to give a try?
After driving for a long distance,
Mm-hmm.
appearance would be direct. I look like.
I looked.
I look.
Like?
I look. Not.
I looked.
I look. I look like death warmed up.
Okay.
recently I am bathing in cold water. Next day I looking like that one.
Ah, yes, yes. He looks like
After having cold shower, I I looked like it's warmed up. Okay. What's happening here? Correct.
energy, right?
Getting energy. Yes, recharging. Right? So when we want to say that somebody is doing something to gain fresh energy and enthusiasm, which idiom can we use? Simple. Recharge his batteries. Right? This is going to be very simple. We will say recharge his batteries. Example here says he went on a relaxing vacation to recharge his batteries after a stressful project.
When is my mobile phone?
It's about yours energy. Yes.
When I feel very low,
Mm-hmm.
uh, when I feel very low, at that time I eat
To recharge my batteries.
to drink an to and drink energy
Huh?
energy drink.
Eat or drink? What?
Drink.
Hmm.
Then I drink some
Energy booster.
energy booster to recharge
My batteries. Okay. Anybody else?
The word could be said daily. Another was week.
Regularly?
Regularly, routine. Okay.
In general? Generally?
To recharge my batteries, I generally go to gym.
Okay. Good try. Rashmi, yours?
Spending time surrounding the nature, recharge my batteries.
Okay. Nand?
After a heavy work, after a heavy physical work, I recharge my battery.
I recharge my batteries listening to soft music.
My music is it music or music?
Music.
We use both or
Music.
music.
Something similar? Again, unwell? Feverish? Good gesture, Rashmi. Felt off color. She felt off color this morning, so she decided to skip the meeting. That means she was unwell, she was not feeling well, she was sick. That's why she skipped the meeting.
Ma'am, under the weather and felt of color is similar.
Similar. Come up with your examples, please.
my when I'm doing my work from 8 to 10 hours,
Mm-hmm.
after that,
From nahi, for 8 to 10 hours.
that I feel off color without my color.
I I feel off color.
Is it also for physical?
Yes, unwell.
Felt me. Whenever I give an interview, I felt awkward.
Unwell. After giving interview, you feel unwell. You feel sick. Then
So maybe I remember my sentence was too big out.
Taking full
after taking cold bath. Okay. Tricky, huh? Same situation.
Um,
Yes, Yogya.
well, 1 second, ma'am. Whenever my periods came, I felt
Off color. Okay. Correct. So everybody got it? Felt,
Came or come.
have.
Whenever my periods,
Whenever I have, whenever I
my periods felt awkward.
guess. Okay, something different. What about this?
Empty path.
Hmm?
An empty path.
Empty path. Okay. Long route. So where do the long route lead us to? Betterment.
मतलब positivity.
Betterment. So whenever we want to talk about something that is getting better, we can use the idiom on the road to recovery.
On the route.
On the road to recovery. After the surgery, he's finally on the road to recovery. Might be before surgery, he was very sick, he was unwell. So, after the surgery, he's finally on the road to recovery.
After taking IELTS coaching classes, I'm on my road to recovery with my English.
With my language.
With my language.
Okay.
After having busy schedule in my life, on Sunday, I finally on a road to recovery.
I get on the
I get on the road to recovery.
by doing what? By watching movies.
Etc.
Okay. And so on. Nand.
Uh, whenever I feel under the weather,
Mm-hmm.
I hit the gym.
And
I hit the gym for the on the
frame it nicely. That is correct. But hmm.
whenever I felt under the weather,
Mm-hmm.
I hit gym for
Whenever I feel under the weather.
I feel
Mm-hmm.
under the weather,
Mm-hmm.
hit gym for
Yes, to get on the road to recovery. Correct. Rashmi?
Sometimes I feel down and talking to my mother is like I'm on the road to recovery.
Okay. Talking to my mother is like getting on the road to recovery. All right. Relatable, isn't it? Broken.
Something recovery,
Yes, related to recovery.
trying to heal something.
Healing. Correct. So when we want to talk about getting better, we may say it's on the mend. Mend. Because when we give our shoes to cobbler, what does he do? He repairs it. Repairing.
What?
Repairing.
Repairing mend.
She's been sick for a week, but the doctor said she's on the mend now. She would get better now. After taking the treatment, after taking the medicines, she would feel better. So, when we want to say that we are getting better, somebody is getting better, which idiom can we use? On the mend. Go for it.
So immediately take it. Recently, my bed was broken. So,
What did you say? Nick, lastly, recently, okay.
I recently my bed was broken. So some I gave a bed specialist to on the one to getting bed. On the bed.
To get it on the mend.
Yes, ma'am. To get on the bed.
Okay. Yes, Yogya.
Um,
Are you near Bible see?
But the whole thing is about framing. There should be correct framing. Because how somebody would be convinced with your ideas until and unless you frame it well. Yes.
I was skinny a year ago.
Mm-hmm.
I hit then I hit the gym, and now I'm on the mat with my kidney.
Correct. Sameer.
I am suffering from big. I am suffering from asthma.
Asthma. Yes.
Asthma.
Asthma. Yes.
I am suffering from asthma. So uh, I am going to gym, and the doctor said he's on med now.
I suffer from asthma. So to get me on the mend, doctor suggested me to join. Correct. On the mend, that means to get better.
These are all for physical purpose, not mental, like emotional.
It's about physical health. Yes. Yes. Fit. Well.
Well fit.
Perfectly well. Okay. So when we want to compare somebody, what can we say? As fit as fiddle. At 70 years old, he's still as fit as a fiddle and runs every morning. Right? We were talking about physical health. So when somebody feels well, they are fit and fine, we can compare it to a fiddle and we can say they are as fit as a fiddle. Come up with the sentences.
Very ideal.
Okay. Anybody?
Ma'am, can we connect this to a occupation or something like that, which we are fit in a particular place or particular position?
It's about well-being.
Okay, only for well-being.
I think she's 70-year-old. Uh, when I 70-year-old, she fit.
Still she
She
is
still fit as well as
fiddle.
as
Mhm.
compared to newly generation.
Okay. As compared to current generation.
Current generation.
Okay. Yogya?
Um, as compared to my old physique, I am as fit and
As fit as.
as fit as a fiddle.
In contrast to my.
In contrast to my old physique.
Mm-hmm.
Am as fit as the fittest.
Now, okay.
Maybe of the same person.
Yes, yes.
Personally, I think I am fit as a fiddle as compared to other things.
Okay. Could be one. Right. So now you're getting the point how idioms are going to help you in your speaking.
Yes, ma'am.
Whenever you want to make the language colorful, you can use idioms in between, right? To describe any situation, any scenario. Okay, this one is also about perfectly well. What we can say? As right as rain. The previous one was as fit as fiddle. This one is as right as rain. After a few days of rest, I felt as right as rain again. Again, physical health.
Which actually I am suffering from an injury. So now I feel as I don't think I feel.
You're suffering from injury, then how you are feeling as right as rain?
After that I feel
So after recovery,
after recovery I feel as I.
okay. Yes, Samir.
After giving my IELTS exam, my friend,
It's about physical well-being, not mental pressure. Yes, please.
After doing yoga and gym,
Mm-hmm.
I felt very
I feel as right. Okay. Yogya?
Um, After my periods, I feel as right as rain.
After.
After.
Okay. Samir?
junk food,
Mm-hmm.
I felt
I feel as right as rain. Correct. So that is physical health. Okay.
Idea.
Someone is mad. When someone is not in the right state of their mind, when they are mad, what can we say? He's not right in. Some of his strange decisions make him think he's not right in the head. Because in past he might have made some decisions which are inappropriate.
in. Like we have to put some word after in as well, like clear in the head.
Yes. He's not right in the head.
In sounding.
I was not right in the head. Yes, please. That's okay. Go on.
My friend and for me he is not writing. He is not writing.
It's not right in that
In that scenario, who's mad? You or your friend? What happened here?
I am mad he is not right.
What is that? At least the situation should be correct.
now you want
Yogya?
Uh, I went to my dean's office.
Mm-hmm.
I went to my dean's office for complaint of complaint for
To complain
to complain about the toilet, complain about the ladies' toilet, but he was already not right in head.
in the head. Okay, correct. Noted down, this would be the homework. I think practice is much required here. 5 sentences.
one sentence.
Yes, please.
after getting stuck in a heavy traffic,
Mm-hmm.
how
She gave me a situation.
I feel I'm not writing.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not getting it. How to frame.
Being in
It's a simple sentence
being in
only.
heavy traffic jam, I am not right in the head.
I'm not right in the head. Okay. Yes, yes.
That means that things makes you crazy. Yes.
Like, uh, how using our food, my friend taking a drop,
My friend took a
took a drop of money. I think he is not right.
right in the head.
That is me.
He was not in.
He was not right in the head.
Ma'am, every time we are using right in the head as well. So it should head always. So
Where do you feel this?
While is
How do you feel crazy?
so we always use head by default.
Yes.
He's not in. He's someone is mad. For the school.
Okay, again, the same thing. When someone is mad, what can we say? She's got a screw loose. Why she? It could be he as well. He's got a screw loose. So exemplary sentence here is, she's got a screw loose if she thinks climbing that cliff without gear is a good idea. Went for trekking and trying to climb the cliff without gear. That wouldn't be a good idea. So that is why somebody is feeling that she's got a screw loose.
We all times going for any trip. One of my friend goes got his rules.
Okay. Okay.
Um, Then I heard we have cancelled our trip.
Mm-hmm.
I got my screws.
I got a
I got a screw loose.
okay loose. I got a screw loose.
Personally, I think there are many friends. No.
Bare hands होते हैं क्या? If we lose our steering.
Hmm.
Bare hands.
Hmm.
One of my friend.
Bare hands is without holding
Without holding
anything.
my friends. One of my friends. Driving her car with bare hands.
Drives her car bare hands.
Driving her car.
Drives her car bare hand.
Drives her car bare hand.
And it makes me.
And it makes me feel like she's got a screw loose.
Yes. Always a story, a detailed story.
Yeah.
First this happened, then that happened.
Bad in the story. Good help in every short details of this.
The other one is he's off his rocker. What's rocker?
Um,
Moving chair,
Mm-hmm.
right?
Office
So if he plans to swim across the freezing river, he's off his rocker. That means he's not in right state of his mind. He's mad. He's gone crazy to risk his life. Both mean the same. You can use any of the idioms. He's off his rocker could be used when we want to tell that somebody is mad.
breaking the traffic signal
Is
is kind of its rocker. नहीं, ये तो किस we
is
have to put
getting
some
off
person
is like getting off their rocker.
off there. Yes, is like getting off their rocker.
Hmm. Next.
My friend is my friend is off his rocker because she wants to resign her job.
Okay.
What is it?
He was so engrossed in your story, he forgot his.
Now today we are all like absent mind. We are doing very short term memory loss kind of things.
Why so?
I don't know. She's like, what was the question? What was the question? I can't remember the question. I don't know. You that question for 5 to 6 times. And the
Lack of concentration.
Absolutely, but since 2 days, I can't crack question properly, and I can't
Try to focus on keywords. That would help you out.
topic was also using
Does that happen in part 3?
No, ma'am.
All the questions. Part 1 questions are quite easy.
losing things first topic. See correlated.
Focus on keywords. Okay, done with this one? His office rocker. Anybody else? Wanna give any example?
Making the signal light makes of their rocker. What do you think? Making the signal light
Is there?
make the speed
Is there? Like, how is there? Is there? Is there?
is of
Is like they are of their rocker. Right? So now you got it.
Yes, ma'am.
Idioms are expressions which have specific meanings, right? Which could be used in specific scenarios. It like the meaning cannot be get with the individual words. Of bola to wo niche gir gaya ka. It's not like that, right? Rocker bola to are they talking about movement only? It's not like that. Okay. It depends on the syntax. There are some rules, and according to the scenario, we can use different idioms. So, as today we spoke about health, okay, health, it was physical, it was mental, right? In the next class, we would do idioms related to some other topic, right? And today you have noted it down, right? So, tomorrow I would take a test, frame sentences, try to get the meaning, try to create a story, whatever you want to do. Okay, go for the idioms, learn them today. Tomorrow there would be a test, right?